Go on, boy. Get. You can't stay here no more. You gotta go. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Smash Hit podcast discussing nothing. I am your host, Ross. This is the podcast where we discuss a multitude of topics, more often than not, leading to
nothing.
Thank you. I'm joined today by two brilliant contestants. I'm going to call them contestants now. I am joined by the boisterous
Ben
and the exuberant
Emma.
Wow. What did you guys think of my intro there?
Heartfelt and emotional.
Heartfelt.
It really got me.
Yeah.
Got there. Did you see what I was going for?
I knew exactly.
What did you think I was going for? What did you get from that?
Well, it reminds me of the old country when Mama on that horse and sent him gone.
And what did you take from it, Emma?
Just that.
Yeah, I was just
seeing my mama for the last time.
Yeah, so
No,
you're the
wait.
horse. So you're the horse that's been told to go away.
Surprise!
Go on now, get out, get.
I'm back.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can feed you more of what we've been talking about in the coming weeks, guys. That's the first little Easter egg to a running theme we might have. It might come back, it might not. I wouldn't guarantee it. It might be in the complete wrong order by the time we produce this podcast. So, yeah.
Well, the magic's gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the magic of discussing nothing. Nothing ever makes sense. How are you guys? Are you good? Are you ready for today, Emma? Oh, you're full of energy.
I'm so ready.
Emma, what's happened? And then we came into the office, you were in good spirits, and now we're in front of the cameras, and the energy's low.
I crashed.
I crashed.
I crashed. I don't know. I'm just tired.
Well,
but I'll bring it.
Can you wake up a bit? Thanks.
The fact that the sunlight does not reach our office
Yeah.
makes it hard to wake up in the morning.
What do you mean? It's so bright and naturally lit in here, Ben.
We don't have two big softbox
This
lights
is
right there.
This is the natural light of a skylight.
Yes, nice and warm.
We're not basement dwellers.
That, and I think we're all on edge because of the rat situation.
Yes.
Don't tell them about the rats. Mustn't know.
No. Well, we'll move on from that. But anyway, today we are talking about D. I can't think of a segue, to be honest. The letter D. There's many things that begin with D. Duncan. Dungeons. Dunkeld. I just thought of three of them. But what's the worst thing that begins with D? That's right, today, the worst thing beginning with D. These two have brought their thing to me, and I will decide which one is worst. Who would care to go first? Queue up, why don't you? Let's go for Ben.
I'll go. So I think the worst thing beginning with D is demons. Let me tell you for why.
You go on.
At best, they're just an inconvenience.
Have to agree. Strong start, Ben. I'm gonna. It's a strong. Demons. They're just an inconvenience.
Little pesky little nuisances.
Oh.
That's totally fair, Ben. Totally fair. Emma, what is your worst thing beginning with D?
Oh, doing the dishes.
Oh dear, right. Why is
I can't wait for this one.
why is and why? For why?
Just who can be bothered? Do you know what I mean?
You've come with a real energy today, Emma.
This is the energy I present when it comes to thinking about doing the dishes.
Yeah, your whole energy and demeanor of this podcast so far has been very akin to
But I'm
Eeyore, I would say. What's the point in anything?
What's the point in doing the dishes?
Okay, well, who would care to begin their arguments?
I can carry the torch.
Lay it down.
So demons.
Yeah.
Like I said, at best a nuisance.
Can you describe a demon for me?
I would say anything in the ghoul family. Ghosts,
Is there-
apparitions,
Is there
apparitions.
so there's no difference between a ghoul and a demon?
I think demon's an umbrella term
Okay.
of things of the underworld that have snuck their way into our homes and knocking things over and pulling us out of bed in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
They're just having a bit
Classic
of
demon
fun.
things. They're always wanting to get in your soul and possess you. Do you know what I mean?
I have to agree, Ben.
I just think that at the end of the day, nobody likes a faff. And calling the priest to come in and do an exorcism, it's just one more thing on your to-do list.
So true. Emma, anything to rebuttal with either why you don't think demons are that bad or more of your take on the dishes? How do you usually do your dishes?
Begrudgingly. Speaking of faffs,
Okay.
doing the dishes. The biggest faff of all. You spent however long slaving away, cooking a delicious meal for yourself. You get to sit and enjoy it, but then you can't relax. You have to get back up and face the mound of dishes sitting in the sink and just, who has the time for that?
Do you have a dishwasher?
Yes. But
So surely it's just the pots and pans.
So what you're telling us is that you don't even do the dishes.
but emptying and loading the dishwasher is part of the whole thing, right?
Yep.
But arguably the pots and pans are the worst ones to clean. They're where it gets all grimy and gristly and you have to give them a good scrub. But then loading a dishwasher and emptying a dishwasher, my God, even when you've dealt with the dirty ones, you still have to then put the clean ones away. The whole ordeal, I can't be arsed with it.
Fair. Ben, do you like doing the dishes? What happened? Do you like doing the dishes, Ben?
I will admit, I dislike the dishes.
Just in general.
I don't like it. It does lead for a cleaner home when you clean them. I'll say that much. But
A necessary evil, you'd say.
unnecessary. Whereas demons, they're just an evil. They're just out to get you.
Unnecessary evil was right there, but
Yes, an unnecessary evil. They're just there scheming. They're always bad shoulder demon. You got good shoulder demon, you got bad shoulder demon. Whispering little, do this really bad thing. You should do it. It would be bad, but great. You should do it. I think that's just plain evil.
exactly. Emma, what is your experience with demons, and do you actually have that much beef with them?
I mean, I think we should address the elephant in the room is that, they might not even be real.
Wow. Denying the existence of demons, that's a strong claim.
Well, there's no hard, solid proof out there that that they even exist. Dishes exist, though, every day in everyone's
Do you have
life.
proof? Can you?
Hey, do you?
Demons are invisible. That's how else would they get in your soul?
But what about if we're...
And we can also, let's talk about people's demons as a
That's
whole.
just it. Colloquially,
Don't add to it.
we
this
know
nonsense.
that you would say, oh, he's just dealing with his demons. He's tortured by his demons. Demons are never a good thing. Demons are always someone's past. Maybe not an apparition of sorts, but definitely an apparition of the heart.
But you know what makes those demons worse? Having to deal with dirty dishes on top of all the other nonsense you have to deal with. Imagine dealing with all...
Sorry. Are you saying you go home, there's a demon running around your house possessing your family, and you think, you know what, on top of this, there's those dirty dishes from last night.
It's just another
That's
thing.
the worst of two evils.
It's like the cherry on top of the cake that you
don't want.
You don't want. You got demons running about, you got demons in your mind, and oh look, a big pile of dirty dishes I've also got to tackle as well.
That's the last thing I need.
Exactly. It just adds to the mess.
So are you the one that has to do the dishes with you and your partner?
We kind of take it in turns,
And so you've got a dishwasher. I'm just trying to understand, Emma, because that is my main task. I'd say, and I exclusively take ownership of that task in my household. I quite enjoy the dishes. I quite enjoy the loading of the
nice
dishwasher.
To just not have to think about anything. Just to get on with it. It's a nice task. You don't have to think about it.
Oh.
It's a little mental rest.
What about
dishes.
when you touch the stinky, soggy food at the bottom of the sink?
That
No
kind of
one
makes
wants
sound.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you. One more time.
No. Yep.
Well, I just don't mind. I just don't. I think there's a lot more chores I would much less rather do.
What would you not rather do, Ross?
Make it begin with D.
We can go into another podcast because we've done the chores one before.
We've done top five.
Top five
Top
chores,
five
yeah.
chores.
That must have been
Watch
a really
that
good
episode.
one.
Yeah, well, if Emma had remembered or done any research, she would have known that doing the dishes is my number one chore.
That's just because you're weird. Though.
What's your favourite chore?
I like filling the dishwasher.
Exactly. It's
No, I'll tell you what, in my head I'm like, that is weird, but for the sake of this conversation, I agree.
but like you fill the dishwasher, you put it on, you're like, done. Nope. You still have to empty it afterwards as well. You just
The
never
next day.
relax. You never. So you're just taking that with you into the next day.
Can you not
and
wash
then
as you
later
go?
that day,
Can you
have
not
to-
wash as you go?
It doesn't make a difference. Either
Okay,
way,
it does
you're
make a
still.
difference.
It's,
One dish compared to 6.
well, you're still washing 6 by the end.
Oh,
You're just-
but you break it up. It's like breaking it up into wee chunks, so it's not as bad.
I just
Mm-hmm.
can't be dealing with it.
Emma, I just want to hear a little bit more about demons. Your experience.
What
with them.
about? I personally can't say I've had many experiences with demons because, like I said, we don't know what their deal is. Do you know what I mean? But you use demons as an umbrella term for ghosts and ghouls and all the rest. What about those
Anything that gives
poor,
you the willies.
those poor little souls that are just with their unfinished business, just trapped here, taken too soon, life snatched away? They don't want to be a ghost stuck here, causing bother. They want to go on and to the next life.
What about
and
Casper, the friendly ghost?
now he's bringing the important
I would
points.
I would say Casper the friendly ghost. Can you call him a demon?
You just
You
did.
used
did.
it as an umbrella
I think he's
term.
outside the demon.
But
But
why?
why?
We can't pick and
Terminology.
choose.
But
We
why?
can't pick and
I
You
choose.
said
I
it was
think-
an umbrella term, and now
True,
you're choosing
true,
what
true.
goes under
You're
the umbrella.
backtracking, Ben. You're
I don't think
crumbling.
I don't think I'm backtracking.
You're
I think I'm
backtracking.
forward tracking. Now listen here.
Look, we're using Casper, and it's in his name, the friendly ghost.
He's
You're
a
really going to
ghost.
chuck him in the worst thing in the world, beginning with D?
No, I think demons are inherently bad. I think you can get good ghosts,
But you
like Casper,
you chuck them
and,
under.
among others.
You chuck them under the demon umbrella term, and that's what I'm saying. There's little ghosts
umbrella
here.
terms are unhelpful.
So I see there's little holes in your argument here, Ben.
And there's not in your whole dishwasher doing the dishes conundrum.
No, because you still have to do it. The dishwasher doesn't load and unload
when a
itself.
ghoul takes over your husband and or wife, you got to deal
Well, you
with
know
it.
what? Maybe I can convince them to then do the dishes for me, and you know what? They can stay.
Right, I'm calling this. Okay, let's take a wee pause. You two have a wee think. I'll get your closing arguments in just a second. A 30-second closing argument each. I'm going to go over to the Rogues Gallery, where young Kelvin sits. Kelvin,
Hello.
help me unravel this mess. What do you think?
I think that these are two very different topics, and
So
they
for-
almost should never be compared to each other.
You're not helping me.
But if
You're
you
just
had
pointing
to,
out the obvious.
if you had to, I'd say demons are probably worse
But
because
what impacts your daily life more?
my demons, man.
Because we know Kelvin
Kelvin's
has demons.
Yeah, we've all got demons.
Mhm.
We've all got demons in the
And-
closet, in the attic. No, I tell you what, I'll leave it there.
And guess
We've all
what?
got demons.
You can't put your demons in a dishwasher.
Oh,
Have you tried?
oh.
I've tried. using a variety of substances and
Back to you, Ross.
Thanks, Emma. Right. Closing argument, Benjamin.
I think at the end of the day, doing the dishes has inherent good. Your dishes become clean. Demons, inherently bad. Possession, death, whatnot. That's all I'll say.
Big. Emma?
Wait.
She ain't got nothing.
Not strong.
Ain't
got no
legs to stand on.
Not a strong start.
I'm just thinking about all the dishes I have to do later tonight, and I'm
You didn't even do
struggling.
them last night?
I'm
You've-
thinking ahead because they have to get done every day,
Right.
and that's the thing. We all have to deal with these dishes every day of our lives, several times a day.
If you're possessed by a demon for 20 odd years,
Ben, this
That's
is
Emma's
Emma's
whole
excuse
rest
me,
of your life.
I believe this is my
I'm sorry,
my
I'm sorry.
time to talk.
About it.
Thank you. And I think it's safe to speak for all of us here that none of us have had any direct contact or experience with demons, ghouls, ghosts, the likes, you know? There's no saying if they're real or fake. But either way, you don't know what it's like, but we all know how it is doing the dishes. And you can't, and just at the end of the day, oh, big pile of dishes to do. Ignore all the demons in my mind. I now have to tackle the dishes.
Oh, it made a lot of sense at the end there. Here's where I'm at with it. If this was like a boxing match, Ben started really strong. Ben came out and he was peppering Emma. He was like, poof, 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 and Emma's going, and Emma had nothing. But then Ben had a wobbly patch there at the end where Casper
starts
the friendly
dissing
ghost.
Casper the friendly
I
ghost.
can't get past that because he is so friendly.
I think that's not the type of demon I'm chatting about.
You said it
Casper's
was.
chill.
But we have you on the record saying ghouls. He is a
Also
ghoul.
Ghouls
on the
and
record
ghosts.
saying he's outside of that.
After the fact, you backtracked.
So there was that wobbly moment from Ben. And Ben's closing argument
Strong, I would
wasn't
say.
strong, very strong.
Should I said more words?
Maybe not
But
as
I
many
think
as
Emma
me,
maybe
though.
said too many words at the end. So they're both swinging at the end, and it's just who's hoping they can land one punch. And I think Ben maybe just edged it at the end. I think you maybe just said too many words at the end that didn't make enough sense. It wasn't coherent. And I think maybe you're
the
just a bit
demons.
lazy. Just do your chores. So I think demons is probably worse than dishes. Ben, that is the worst thing beginning with D. That was another episode of Discussing Nothing. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe, or if you've got this far, well done. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Go on now, get out of here.